Let's find out if Brava is worth the money.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, JR, looks like you've got a piece of the Brava shake here with you. Tell us a little bit about Brava.
Brava is a synthetic roof tile option that is made to emulate real natural products such as cedar shake, slate, and then they also have a Spanish barrel tile option as well.
Okay, and so then what about Brava would make it a lifetime roofing product?
So all their profiles are class 4 impact rated. I mean, it's going to virtually take any size hail that we get in this area. We know this because we have hit golf balls at it. And so we know it's not actually going to damage from any hail that we get in the Middle Tennessee area. And then the other side of that is the safety part of it, the fire, right? And so cedar especially, real cedar is fire prone, right? And so this is actually rates up to a class A, which is the highest fire rating you can get, meaning it's going to be very, very safe while still getting that natural cedar look without the safety concerns of that.
And I guess how does the fading stand up with this product in general?
We look at asphalt shingles, we look at natural cedar, and after 10 years, 10, 15 years, they are all faded to a different color. Then you probably see roofs and they've got patch repairs up there, and you can tell the difference because you got a new shingle that's right in the middle of all the old.
And so it's out like a sore thumb.
Yeah, and so we're talking about a lifetime roofing system with Brava that is they're actually one of the only products that have a fade warranty on there, meaning they're going to guarantee you that won't fade past a unit 4 on the Hunter scale, which in simple terms means that to the visual eye, you're not going to see the fading. Here's why. Because the way they make Brava, they make it with natural pigments. They make the color all the way through the product. Here's a cut piece of Brava. And so a good way to show this is when I bend it, you don't see the white. So if you take a piece of plastic, normal piece of plastic, you bend it, you're gonna see that white inside because it's just dyed on the top side or whatever, right?
So when I think lifetime of a roof, I automatically start thinking of maintenance. So what kind of maintenance would be involved with a product like this?
Yeah, there's virtually zero maintenance when it comes to Brava. And that is a huge advantage comparative to the natural products that it's emulating. For example, cedar. Cedar's gonna have the highest maintenance, yearly maintenance.
What does that involve?
So that's gonna involve a lot of things, right? So cedar is very porous. It's designed to hold water and then allow it to escape. But with what comes with that, with porous material, is moss growth, algae growth, things like that. Whereas with Brava, there is zero maintenance to it. This is a roof you put on, don't have to worry about it, and virtually just enjoy the roof.
So this is a true lifetime roofing system.
It's a true lifetime roofing system designed for the performance, designed for the aesthetic. It's going to look exactly like the real thing. If you put these products up beside a real piece of slate, a real piece of cedar, a real piece of Spanish barrel tile, you virtually can't tell the difference. Yeah.
So I guess one more question for you here with this. With speaking of the slate in specifically, why would somebody want to, other than the maintenance and the things that we've already talked about, what are some of the other reasons somebody might want to consider Brava in replacement for slate?
One major reason, the synthetic, and especially with Brava, that would be the right route for the homeowner would be the structure of the home, right? So slate is natural slate is a very, very heavy product.
So could you just put slate on any house?
You could not just put slate on every house. Most houses that are built these days would not sustain that. You're going to have to reinforce your roof structure, your rafters, your trusses, getting a structural engineer in on the front end to do that, and that gets very costly. So this is going to be way more cost effective and a lot faster to be able to if you could put shingles on a roof, you could put Brava tile on there. So there's no weight restrictions. We don't have to do any type of upgrades to the structure. It's going to be very, very easy to do it.
Okay, JR, so we've learned a little bit about the performance of Brava. Tell me a little bit about the investment a homeowner might expect to make if they're considering Brava.
Yeah, the initial investment is going to be on the higher end comparative to some of your more common options like asphalt shingles. Correct, yeah. And so you can expect definitely to pay more up front, but when we look at the long-term picture, we're seeing that Brava is definitely the most cost-effective way to go.
So if we're in a 50-year window here, with an asphalt shingle, I guess, how many roofs will you have to replace in that 50 years?
So in Middle Tennessee, we're looking at an average of 15 to 18 years to have to replace an asphalt shingle. There's a lot of factors go into that, weathering, what type of product they put up there, and then also with insurance companies forcing replacements a lot faster these days to continue coverage. So in that 50-year span, you're looking at on average 2 to 3 roof replacements.
Wow, okay.
In that. things we need to consider with that in 15 to 18 years, that asphalt roof that you replace today is not going to cost the same because of inflation. So
Price is going to go up.
Pricing of material, labor, all those things are going to go up.
So it wouldn't necessarily just be the cost of the individual roofs themselves. There's other factors that we have to consider. The main one being maintenance, correct? So I guess what would the maintenance look like on Brava versus?
Brava is virtually zero maintenance to the product. When we have zero maintenance with Brava, we don't have continual maintenance costs throughout the lifespan of that 50 years.
And then is that something you find on the cedar shake, slate side?
Yeah, especially cedar shake, slate, Spanish barrel, even shingles. And so we're seeing, like with cedar, for example, you're going to see on average about 60 cents a square foot per year on average on that. So when you put that in that 50-year span, you're really going to see the cost, life expectancy cost of cedar is going to be probably more than double than what Brava is in the initial investment. And same thing for slate, same thing for all the other roofing systems. There's going to be some type of maintenance, and so you have to account for that. And is that something that you're willing to do? And that's part of the questions and things that we look at when we're trying to pair the right roof to the homeowner.
So the sticker shock of that initial price up front doesn't necessarily tell the whole story.
Yeah.
So the other materials that you could put on your roof, while they may be cheaper up front, like asphalt shingles, that could cost you more money in the long run. Or you might say, I want to get real cedar or real slate. One of the things you really need to think about is how much those materials are going to cost you in the long run, and compare that to Brava and the look that it gives you.
Yep. Because when we're talking to homeowners and we're consulting on what they're looking for, that's the questions we're asking. We're trying to figure out what's the aesthetic appeal of the house that we're looking for, what is the performance we're doing, how long will we be in the house, what's the goals with the house. And so that way we're able to pair you with the right roof. And what we're finding is Brava, in the situations for these homes that homeowners or builders are building, they want it to perform for a lifetime. Brava is fitting the right mold to hit the right cost effectiveness of that, as well as zero maintenance and the aesthetic appeal.
So tell me a little bit about the way this is going to look, because when I think of a replacement material, particularly a synthetic for a natural material like a tile, I think of the linoleum floor that my mom had in our kitchen growing up. And then I remember the individual tile, you could see that as a reoccurring pattern across the kitchen. So with a Brava tile like this, or even in the shake, are we going to see that reoccurring pattern happening, or how does Brava address that?
Yeah, so this is one of the main features that we love about Brava, and it's one of the only synthetic products that are able to reproduce such close accuracy to the natural product. And the reason how they achieve this is actually through compression molding. That's how they make it, as well as each individual molding is hand mixed and it's random. So what that equates to is you're never going to get the same Brava tile reproduced. And so if you look closely, you can see the color patterns. So those color patterns are all random. And so those are going to be different on every tile, as well as they have over 100 different moldings for each profile. So when you mix all that together, virtually you are going to get a unique Brava tile for everyone that's made, right? And so when we put that up on the roof, that is where you're not going to see those repeating patterns. And that's what's going to make it look so realistic that you don't look up there and see like the edging here, right? And you get some that only have like 6 to 15 different profiles. You'll start to see the same edging reproduced, and you'll start to pick that up if you look at it. And that's what makes it look synthetic and fake. Whereas Brava, they have found the way to emulate it as close as possible while making it random, just as you would with a natural piece of slate or a natural piece of hand split cedar. You're going to get the natural random patterns, which is going to make it look super realistic.
So tell me in short, who is Brava for?
So Brava is for the homeowner that is looking for that certain appeal, that certain aesthetic on their home, and a true lifetime roof that they're not going to have to worry about any type of maintenance or repairs down the road. It's not just for homeowners either. We deal with a lot with builders, GCs, architects, as well as HOA boards that are looking for certain products that are going to match the goals they're looking for their properties. Whether that's, I want to be a GC that's going to attract higher end homes, or an HOA that is looking at the long-term cost of that roofing system and the maintenance that comes along with it, right? And so this product fits in a lot of different categories for a lot of different people. And if it is something that you are interested in, you want to learn more about, or you're ready to get a quote, click the link below. You can actually schedule a 15-minute phone consultation, or we can schedule an appointment in person where we can go over all the details, get you an estimate, answer any questions that you have, really just to make sure you have the information you need to make the right decision for your home and your project.
Okay, let's go.